this last Christmas, I ordered a beautiful tree from Amazon, a beautiful Christmas tree, and it looks so pretty on that corner of our front room, where we have our music room, that I wanted to replicate that look year-round. Of course, we can't have a Christmas tree year-round. Now, if you like the Christmas tree, I did get it at Amazon during Christmas time. I did not pay $92. It was $56 at that time. So maybe wait till Christmas time and you'll be able to get it at that price. So I said, let's see what I can find in the internet. And I did see beautiful trees, but too expensive or, just not what I was looking for. I decided to go to Hobby Lobby, and they had these beautiful branches of cherry blossoms. That week, all the florals were 40% off. So each branch was $17.99 plus the discount. I was able to get 6 branches. For the tree itself, I actually found this branch that was, I think, from a peach tree, and that one I just found. So be on the lookout when people are trimming, especially around springtime. I was able to get that for free. So when I removed the Christmas tree, I needed to add more support for a heavier branch. If you look at the Christmas tree, the branches themselves help to prop the tree up, but with a cherry tree, most of the weight is on the top, on the canopy of that tree. So I needed to add more weight, more support. I used a brick, and I also added more styrofoam to make sure it's not wobbly or, after doing all the work, it just falls to the side. Since the pot is more exposed than for the Christmas tree, I needed to cover the styrofoam. And I remember that I had this square covered in moss, and I said, this will be great. It will hide everything, and I can remove it because eventually for Christmas I will have to switch the trees again. And to have a perfect fit for my pot, I press very forcibly so I will have an indentation left on my square covered with moss, and then just with the knife I went ahead and trimmed the excess. I would recommend you do this step outside because you are going to have your house full of styrofoam, but it wasn't a good day for me to do that. So I just went ahead and did all the cutting indoors. Once I had a perfect fit, I went back and with a knife, I made a hole in the center of the styrofoam. That way the branch will fit. And I did the same with the cover. Tell me, your house is gonna get messy. And just inserted that branch and it fit perfectly. I did save what I had cut out from the styrofoam and the moss because you never know when you may need to add it to cover some imperfections, and I was able to use it to secure the branch so it wouldn't be wobbly. And then it was time to clean. Let me tell you, this took a while because the styrofoam was in my clothes, on the floor, on the furniture. I saw this permanent adhesive vinyl, and originally I was thinking maybe I can cut some strips, and that's how I was going to secure the cherry branches to my main branch, but the color was too dark for the actual tree that I had chosen, and I ended up not using that. I was gonna use the glue gun. Then I added the branches to see before I committed myself to gluing them if I like the look. But what I noticed is that yes, it was cute, but the tree itself looked a little bit too thin. And I knew it will break eventually because the branches were very thin. So this is the other option that I'm thinking about using. Now this poor little pear tree, we had to take it out. It wasn't producing fruits. If you notice the branches, maybe that's why it wasn't producing much fruit. The branches are not spaced out. I wanted to have more of a canopy, and this is more like a straight tree going up. I'm coming, baby. I will not leave you. Okay, mommy's on this side. I first need to remove all these leaves and see how it looks. And of course, I gotta trim out some of the branches and we'll make it work. You still complaining? Are you still complaining? Are we too far away? Oh yes? Okay. I'll go there. I'll go. I'm coming. Let's go. Mommy's gonna meet you. Let's go. So this is the tree that I'm going to be working with. But first I'm gonna go get a jacket. It's still a little bit windy, even though we're in the month of April, but it's chilly today. So let me go get a jacket and we'll talk about it. Okay, much better. So what I need to do right now is cut the root area out. My husband didn't do that for me because I wasn't sure how tall I want this. I'll just do the minimal cut now, and once I get it inside and I put it on the pot, I can see I can always cut more, but I can't reverse that cut. I will say right here. This is gonna take a while. Now I was going to trim the branches that I don't need out here, but I first want to see it in place and see what works and doesn't work, and that means that I will have to move the tree inside. It will be more messy. I'm going to remove this plank so it's easier and lighter to carry inside, but as I remove it, it snaps back, but not as much as before. The tree is a little bit wider, and I can make it even wider because it's still green. So let's take it inside. Okay, here we go. Excuse me, love. Okay. Well, before I start working on this cherry tree, I need to go change again. It's a little bit warm inside, so okay. Now I have not cut the branches yet. I will do that when I'm 100% sure where I want the branch to go, because I may need more length to secure it, and some other ones can go shorter, but some of them might require longer stems. We might use this for something else. I have the idea. Now for the messy part. You see how light this container is? I will have to remove the styrofoam, so I'm going to work in that area. I wish I had what I already had made, a stand with a can of coffee, a big one, or tomatoes. Then I use plaster of Paris, and I cut a pipe to make the stand. Now my husband is so tidy that he's laying outside for like, I would say 4 or 5 months without being used. So he decided it was time to get rid of them. That would have worked perfectly for this project, but I'm impatient and I want to get this done. I had this, I think I got the branches in January. Yep, January. It's April. Okay, I just need to secure the rest of this pot. The more I think about it, the more I think I need to do that stand. I wish my husband had saved it. ¿Qué será? I just have to put more stuff. I guess this piece. This is what I have, and now I'm going to put this green one on top. Let's see. Yeah, okay. Okay, the pot is not falling. The tree is leaning a little bit, so I'll just need to go ahead. Can you see me? Now I added some pieces that were left over. Now it's time to prune this tree. So I went back to put a little bit of spacers in there. I do want to cut this branch because this is bigger, and maybe then something in there, but I do want to cut this branch, and then I'm not going to do anything else until I put the branches, the flowers, because I want to see how they look. See if I don't cut them a little bit further. That's too high. I don't want them that high. I want them a little bit lower, so probably cut them in there. So as I go, I am putting some branches to see if this is working. Sorry, my hair. This is not a delicate job. Maybe when we put the flowers, but not yet. Okay, are you ready for the end result? Ta-da! No. I just have it as I think I like it. Of course, I would have liked some branches to go more this way, more that way, but that's what I'm gonna work with. Now I need to clean up and wait till maybe tomorrow, and I'll remove those separators, see how this is going, and just be careful with this because they can jump at you. Now, we don't use this room much, so I'm comfortable with it. But if you have kids that run around, careful. Those woods can fly out, and that's not a pretty thing to experience, falling on your head. Now, it's been a few days, as you can see. I think the last time I tried to work on this tree was a Thursday. Then another Thursday went by, and today is Monday. So I remove the first plank to see if it's holding the shape, and it is. So I enjoy that. So let me remove this one. Yes. And this one. And as you can see, it is holding its shape. It used to be a very straight tree. Now, this is the time. That is my favorite time when I come to do a project. This is when I get to be creative. I make myself a cup of tea. I put some music. I'm playing some French music, and it has the scenery on the TV, YouTube. I'll show it to you, and I'll also put the information in the description box. I think I may need one more of those branches, but I kind of like what I see, and I can start gluing a few branches, and then maybe I'll have to cut the leftovers. We'll see. For sure I'm going to start with this one because I like this one. So I am going to secure it, and I'm also going to cut it. I don't need that much of a branch. I am going to cut by sections. And the way I do this is using a pair of scissors. And then the branch goes up a little bit, so I wanna, let's see. I'm going to get a wire. This needs a glue stick. And the glue stick, and try to glue the branch to this. Try to glue the silk branch, the plastic branch, to the actual tree branch. Now in areas like this, I may have to use a little wire so it will stay there. I think it's staying. I think that the areas where the branch is not fighting with the actual plastic bouquet of flowers, I don't need a zip tie, but what I do need are my glasses. So let me go get my glasses. Right here, because it doesn't want to stay on that awkward shape of the branch. And remember, if you have some kind of glue showing, you can always glue an extra flower. But I want this branch to go back there, so I have to tie it, and I am going to wait a little bit extra for that glue to dry because it's natural for the branch to want to snap back. So I'm trying to start bringing that end to the back of the branch and apply force. Now I'm gonna start with that side. I'm gonna build from the outside in. Make sure you have a extension cord so you don't have to be pulling your glue gun. So here we go. Oh, I gotta cut this first. That's true. A real tree or tree branch, whatever you choose to do, remember, it's not gonna last you forever. Eventually the branches are gonna dry enough that they're gonna become brittle and start breaking. If you wanna keep this for a few years, more than 3 or 4, I would suggest that you buy a secondhand plastic tree, like at a consignment sale or the Goodwill, and add these branches to a plastic tree, and that should last you forever. So right now, if somebody were to walk into my house, they will not wonder anymore what are those branches doing, but let me show you. It's looking nice. I think it's looking good. I want it to look great. And for that, we need a couple more branches.